Okay, greeting Dr. Huma. It's a pleasure to have you with us as an expert in crowdsourcing domain. As you know, this interview would probably last for 15-20 minutes. But before we proceed to the interview, let me introduce myself for the record. I'm Hassan Mayun, pursuing my doctoral studies in software engineering from School of Computing at University of Technology Malaysia, Johor, Malaysia. It's the location of the university. I'm working under the supervision of Dr. Masita Ghazali. She's an associate professor at the School of Computing, UTM Malaysia, and co-supervised by Dr. Numan Malik. He's an assistant professor from the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science, National University of Modern Languages, Islamabad. Let me, before I move forward, let me just discuss something related to my work. My main work mainly focuses on the motivation and sustenance of the crowd engagement during the crowdsourcing contest. During the study on crowdsourcing, I have identified 19 motivational factors that require experts' feedback that the studies claim to have sustained crowd participation during crowdsourcing. The received feedback will help and guide us to implement the identified motivational factors in a study which are deemed important and beneficial to help sustain participation in a crowdsource-based task. Having said that, let me proceed. May I ask you to introduce yourself, please? Like share your name, degree awarding university, designation, workplace, etc.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. I am Dr. Huma Hayat Khan. I am assistant professor in National University of Modern Languages, Islamabad. Right now, I'm heading Department of Software Engineering. Crowdsourcing is basically a domain I'm working in from the last 5 to 6 years. And I have numerous publications in the domain, and I have some very good research in high impact factor journals published in the domain of crowdsourcing. So I would try my level best to answer your research in terms of the questions you are going to ask from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Huma. That's very nice of you. Before we proceed to the questions related to the motivational factor, let me ask you if you are familiar with the factors and description that were emailed earlier.
Yes, I have gone through the factors, and I am familiar with the factors and the description related to all those factors.
There's a table here, if you can see. If you want to go through it, it's fine. If you want me to skip it, that's fine. I can skip it.
Yes, I think right now you may skip it, and the time we are going to need any description related to any factor, we can come back to this slide.
That's great. That's good. Thank you, Dr. Huma. Let me brief you a little bit about the background of the study. The study is related to the motivation and the need for sustain it during the crowdsourcing contest from the past literature. The scholars who have considered intrinsic and extrinsic motivation to be important for initial participation suffers as there is evidence that participants' activities evolve during crowdsourcing setting, and it is beyond their knowledge to understand such phenomena and how to motivate the crowd further to achieve the project goals. Author known as A. Tanja, he's from Stanford University. In his study, he says, in his study of motivation, participation, and crowdsourcing policy making, he argues that motivation was measured using cross-sectional data, and thus the analysis lacks the evolution of primary motives. Early studies suggest that the presented results on crowd motivation are either inconclusive or have only considered motivation in one dimension by considering its origin, or consider the cross-section of the study for sustained participation. So this is the basically what authors believe, and they want to further the work, and they want to understand how we can sustain the crowd during a crowdsourcing contest. So this interview will be in two parts. The first part is will require your generic feedback on the motivational factors. And the second, in second part, we will be discussing a scenario. Let's start with the part one. Besides your primary intrinsic and extrinsic motives to join such a contest, consider yourself a part of a contest and answer the following questions. The questions are here. The number one, the main question. These are the main questions I would like to ask. Do you believe learning is a key factor during a crowdsourcing contest that can motivate you to keep participating? So, how much do you believe the learning is very important?
Well, although in general, learning should be the key factor for any task to be performed, but what I think and what I have gone through the literature and practice also, in crowdsource platform, people usually don't go for learning aspect. They are more towards like rewards or incentives related things.
So, how much do you
So
believe
I,
the learning is important?
as
And
a yes, as a researcher in this field, I say that if you become the part of crowdsource platform, it increases your learning. But to be part of crowdsource task, your motive is, I think, never learning. It is like, you are participating because you are more attractive towards any rewards, any because if you are a winner, you are going to be quoted at so many places, and you would be rewarded in terms of monetary terms also. So it should be, but people don't go to crowdsource for learning.
all right. Well, besides your primary intentions, if you are if you are a part of any contest, would you believe altruistically contributing toward crowdsourcing contests can motivate you to keep participating?
Yes, to some extent. If I am going to rate this learning with this altruistically contributing towards crowdsourcing, I'll rate this aspect much higher than learning. So I think that although if I talk about being part of crowdsource competitions, so I will say that people, yes, they consider this, but to very less extent. It is never too much. You are not never self. What I think is, this is more towards selfishness. So you are never that concerned for the crowdsourced task. So you'd never want anybody's else task to be taken by you. So I think that people, if I rate learning with this one, I'll rate this one less than learning, because this, being a professional, it does not suits you. This is what I think.
Yeah, but the question is related to, like, if you become a part of any campaign or contest, people usually, when they have more experience, when they are more satisfied in their lives, they have money, they have everything else. They, like, if you are in the age of, like, in your 50s, with more experience in engineering or in crowdsourcing or any other task like annotations or probably ecological monitoring or similar things, then you don't you think you would be like playing a part altruistically to help the community or the individuals who are there to learn from your
It is,
experience?
yes, as a bookish knowledge, or to talk about this, yes, it looks good. But I think that why I am more towards crowdsourcing, because I just take crowdsourcing as if it is not some social work you are doing. So you are to have this feeling that you are unselfish, is it is, I think, much better term to be used. You are never like this, you are into this crowdsource because you want to serve the society, or you want to be an active part of the social worker. You, whatever you are doing, you are getting the reward. So I think this factor is also according to me, is less graded. you don't do that as a service to the society or the welfare.
Okay,
Usually you
thank.
don't do that.
Yeah, right. Okay, thank you, Dr. Huma. Another one more thing. Do you believe the addition of monetary rewards in the crowdsourcing is the factor that keeps people or the crowd motivated and sustain the participation?
Yes,
You believe this?
according to me,
Yeah,
so far, the three factors we have talked about, this one is, according to me, is rated at the highest level so far,
yeah,
because people are usually, it is very easy for them to be part of any competition on crowdsource platform, and you in return get the reward, monetary reward. So I think this is I think so far is the highest rated factor from my
right,
side.
right. And one more thing. Do you believe if you perceive enjoyment in any contest, that would be the key factor that keep you sustain, that keep you to continue participating in a contest? How much you rate enjoyment?
Enjoyment, uh, yes, enjoyment to some extent, it is a part of crowdsource in terms of this, that you can part of any related competition relevant to your domain in no time, and with that you are not only polishing your skills, but you are also enjoying the work you can do sitting at any place in the world. So I think that enjoyment can be one factor that can lead people to be part of crowdsourcing. So according to me so far, monetary rewards, enjoyment, I'll say that monetary rewards, learning, enjoyment, and then welfare related. So far I just rate them according to this hierarchy.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Man. Another question is: do you believe if contests provide you autonomy to perform a task, is that a factor that can motivate to continue participation? Usually,
Yes,
what
because if
they,
I will have the decision making
yeah,
power, and I can, I would not be part of any constraints. I can take these decision regarding the solutions, regarding the strategies, regarding any automized tool, anything. Then yes, it can be a factor that may lead me to be part of any crowdsourced task. Uh, I think that if some constraints would be upon you, maybe you would not be skilled in that specific language, or maybe in some specific automized tool or technology. But if you would have that autonomy, you can take the decisions at any stage regarding anything, unless and until they are being the strict constraints from the one who has generated the task. So I think that I would love to be part of that crowdsourced task.
right. Okay. Another thing: do you believe goal clarity and the
Yes.
ease of platform? I mean, like whatever you need to achieve, it is clear what you need to be, what type of task is there, and how you need to complete it. That's goal clarity. And the ease of platform is how much the platform is easy for you and how much the information is provided on the platform during the crowdsourcing contest. And do you believe these two things would be the key factors that could motivate you to sustain your participation or continue participation?
uh, Here, before answering this question, I just want to say one thing, like clarity of goal is mandatory, like with any factor. You want to go for the monetary reward, you want to go for any welfare related thing, learning, enjoyment, autonomy, for anything, the must part is you must have the clarity of the goals.
Right,
So I think, according to me, this should be in parallel with all the factors.
right.
This is the must part. And
Mhm.
then ease of platform, as I already have mentioned this point in the previous reply of your question. Yes, it is always very helpful if you are aware of the technologies, platforms, any automized tools you are using. If you are familiar of that and you are aware of how to use that, and you are having the learning wave length at its highest level, definitely it would be helpful for you, and definitely you are going to participate for that crowdsourced task. And if you are not clear about the goals, I think this is the fundamental thing. You should even don't you should not take part of any crowdsourced task if you are not clear with the goals, whether your milestone is to get the monetary reward or the enjoyment or the autonomy, anything. So this is the mandatory thing that should be considered for any type of milestone you are having, or any type of aim or your goal you are having in your mind.
Thank you, Dr. Huma, for that. One more question is regarding self-expression. Do you believe notifying others about your contributions to environmental welfares or any other type of contest, uh, or help you to self-express yourself during a crowdsourcing contest, can lead you to become the sustained participant?
As far as your question is concerned, what I have got from it, that maybe you want to ask, if I am not clear, please correct me. If you are doing something with some welfare related in aims or goals. So what I am getting from your question, I think it is similar to question number two, which you have asked from me. What I got, that uh, it will help basically you to satisfy yourself that you are doing something good. So please take part in this crowdsource contest. Is it so?
It's similar, but the self-expression is like when you express yourselves to others that you have
Yes.
achieved something and you basically show off. This is basically self-expression is.
Yes,
Uh,
but I think you are linking it with welfareism. So, social work type
Yeah, exactly. To
thing.
be honest, when you are on social media platforms, you usually self-express yourself on all the related issues in your community, or if you are into any contest or campaigns like tree plantation or cleaning the water or the pollution in the atmosphere. So if you are expressing yourself and others are liking your posts or your whatever you're writing, so that's self-expression. Do you believe if you self-express yourself and notify others about your contributions to something, and it has some impact in your community or the on a larger scale, do you think that would be one factor that could continue you to participate?
If Okay, so I'll answer this question in two layers. Number one, if the contribution is overall contribution, means that while you have participated, so in any XYZ crowdsource related task, you share that you get such monetary reward, you have enjoyed it a lot, you basically learned, and you, because of that learning, you basically had this and this and this achievements. So this is one self expression related to overall benefits which you have got from crowdsourced related tasks. But if you are just linking it with the welfareism only, yani social work only, so I think that it's not I think a complete package. Only sharing your contribution towards some task, welfare related aspect, would not, I think, motivate people to its maximum to be part of crowdsource. So whenever you want to share your expression, self expression regarding using crowdsource and becoming part of crowdsource task, you have to express then all the achievements you have got through becoming the part of crowdsourcing.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Ma, for that. The something which is related to the same is self-expression. There's another thing that's called self-presentation. Do you believe notifying others about your contribution to environmental welfare or similar contest would help you to self-present yourself during a crowdsourcing contest? That would definitely lead you to continuous participation or not.
What does this self presentation means?
Let
Mean
me
sharing
let
your
me take you there.
contribution.
Let me take you to the descriptions. Self-presentation. Self-presentation is any behavior or action made to influence or change how others people see you. That's self-presentation.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I don't
like
think
where you
so.
presenting yourself in a contest.
Yeah, yeah, that's what, like how professional I am, how mm, how much.
Yeah,
So
how
this is
much,
this,
how good you
what was
are in,
my.
like how good you are in mathematics, how good you are in achieving a goal, how good you are in writing a essay or any
Yeah,
other task. Yeah, that's self-presentation. So if you are presenting yourself more like modesty,
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah,
I
something
am
similar.
following the timelines. I am
Yeah,
uh, following rules and regulations. Yes,
yeah,
okay,
how
I got it.
successful you are basically. Yeah,
Okay, so now we can go back to the question so that I can just.
yeah. The question says notifying others about your contributions.
Yeah, so notifying other um um
Your contributions to
about,
environment.
yeah, my contributions by
Yeah.
having good self presentation. Is it so?
Yes, exactly.
So yes, as far as this is concerned, um, I can, yes, this can motivate others also to be part of crowdsource, but um, and
That will be like a reward to you for
yes,
yourself as well.
and yes, and another thing, yes, if I am one who is following the rules, policies. I have a good behavior. So yes, everybody would love to have me in crowdsourced tasks for the next time also. So yes, this is a influencing factor that really influences, and you can continuously participating in crowdsourcing, because this is very important. If how much skillful you are, how much good you are in your work, people would stop having you if you are not good in in the presentation in terms of your behavior, your punctuality. So I think this is a very important factor.
Okay. Now, second
And
is
let me,
thing. Yeah.
and
Please,
sorry to cut
please.
you short. And let me tell you one thing: this factor is equally applicable on other platforms also, not only specific to crowdsource, but also in other platforms.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you, Dr. Huma. Another question to you is about the demonstration of your capabilities and skills and competence to others. Do you believe if they recognize you and they like give you stars and they like your post in social medias, would that be one factor that would sustain you to be a part of the contest?
uh, yes, as far as if you are rated at some time or at some place, and your rating is good, like you have people have marked you, all those who have posted the task, and you have become the part of that contest. So if they have rated you good in terms of your capabilities, your skills, and your competence, yes, it helps you to be and others also to be part of crowdsource, and you also to be part of crowdsource environment in coming times also.
And do you believe these recognitions will bring reputation to you by your peers?
Definitely,
And will,
definitely, if you have good recognition, you
yeah,
would have good reputation.
yeah. So if people recognize you, basically that means that you will have a good reputation among the community or any other social platforms or any other crowdsourcing platforms, right?
Yes, and all of this, I think, is linked with the self presentation. So, how much serious towards your job and how much good you are in following all those policies and things will give you good recognition and ultimately will give you good reputation.
Right. So, do you believe the duration of the competition? If you are being a part of any competition, do you believe the duration of competition can motivate you to continue your participation? Like whether the competition is like over a month or over a half a year or a whole year duration long, or you most prefer the contests which are like last a day or some hours?
Well, as far as I am concerned, this can never be the factor I am going to decide about to be part of any crowdsource environment. Yes, this is something which I am going to decide on basis of the task. How much clarity I have, how much I am clear about to be part of that task. If I have, if I think I have ensured that I am going to be part of any crowdsourced task. So it means that I would have that scope that I can continue with the task for how long it would be. So the length of the task does not matter when you are going to be part of any task. If you have the scope to be part of that in terms of time, duration, so I think you will become the part of that task. But I think the most important thing besides duration is like, I think duration is not that much important factor in as far as I am concerned. The I think the more important part is that how much you are familiar with that task, how much reward you are getting, how much learning abilities you would have if you will become the part of that task. So I think duration comes little bit later in my hierarchy.
So you believe the duration of competition probably uh, grounds you to your availability and
Yes,
the
definitely.
the goals and the basically what you are achieving at the end of the competition, right?
Yes, yes. See, if you have time, then you
Yes.
don't like rate any task on basis of like it is 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You have time. 1 year is also less for you then. But I think to be part of any task, if you have scope of being part of that in terms of duration, you become the part of that. But the most important thing you become is how much skills you have to be part of that, how much learning you are going to have. So I think they are the deciding factors, not the duration.
So one more thing, another point which is important is whether do you believe the number of competition, like if you were a part of any competition like 6 months ago or in last year, so do you believe the number of competitions an individual has participated in before can motivate to continue participation? Like from any, it can be from renowned platforms, like if you are working for Microsoft, if you are working on a platform which is uh, initiated by Nike or any other similar, Rolls-Royce, Honda, or Toyota, would you believe the number of competitions you have participated before in that same type of platform would motivate you to come back and rejoin that the platform?
It basically depends upon your experience. What was your experience? If you have good experience in working with any crowdsource based organizations, yes, you would love to have. But number of competitions basically would become a factor if you would have good experience. If you would not have good experience, then number of competitions will not matter.
So basically, it's all about your experience to that domain and
Yes.
saving your reputation and your recognition to by your peers and things like that is more important for this type of factor.
Yes, not only with the domain, but as you have said, Microsoft and different organizations. So, how much good your experience was with them? If it is good, then yes, definitely number of competitions would lead you to more competitions. But if it is not good, you will never go back to that specific scenario again.
Okay. Similarly, with the competitions, do you believe if you have played your part in that competitions as a team member, do you believe that working with the same teams in a contest can motivate you to continue participation? Would you be what it means is like to summarize is, would you like to be a part of the same team again?
Yes, again, my answer remains the same. It also depends upon my experience with that team. So,
Exactly.
if yes, if I am comfortable with the team, and there was coordination, there was respect, therefore there was trustworthy relationships, and in the end product was also good. It was a teamwork basically. If I
And
had that
everybody
experience,
participated well. That's what you mean.
yes.
Yeah.
So definitely I would love to be part of that team again.
Okay. Do you believe previous teams' engagement with positive performance can motivate to continue participation? Well, you
Yeah,
have
this is
already
what
answered in the last one, but there's a
yes,
question. Yeah, please do
yes,
answer.
yes, definitely, for sure.
Okay. Do you believe the amount of prize a contest provides can motivate you to continue participation?
Yes, I think a similar question was there all in the previous slide also,
Yeah,
where I was
you're correct. That was about monetary reward, but this is about whether I am paying you a penny, I'm paying you $1, or I'm paying you a $10 for the same task. That's the amount of price I'm talking about.
yes. So I think this is linked with that question, because there we are talking about how much good reward you are going to have. So is it the factor that will lead anybody to be part of crowdsource? So yes, I'll again say here that according to me, I am talking about myself. According to me and what I have got from the experience, if I as a person rate monetary rewards on the top, definitely price would matter for me. But if I am the person who is going to rate learning more, knowledge more than reward, then does not matter whatever price I'm going to have. So yes, this basically answer uh, relates with whatever priorities I am having.
Right. So the price does matter to you.
Definitely price does matter.
Right. Okay. Besides your,
Again,
yeah,
sorry to cut you short.
sorry.
Here I just want to mention one thing. Why I'm saying that, because whatever answer I am giving, this answer I am giving according to what I think. For me, crowdsource has never been a welfare type of thing.
Right.
I am part of crowdsource because I want to earn, and I want recognition. I want good reputation.
Yeah.
So for me, price do matter, but maybe for others, price does not matter.
Probably when you are in your early stage, or if you are newbie to crowdsourcing, probably price doesn't matter. Your reputation recognition matters. But later, when you become more recognized, more professional, more experienced, then you will definitely go for amount, right, of the price.
Mm, yes, that can be one factor also. Like, when you get into something, you don't have that much time to. There are so many other things where you can do that welfare related things, but professionally, when somebody else is running business. So I don't think so you will part of that business in terms of welfare related thing.
Exactly.
uh, Whatever you are doing for them, they are going to get the benefit of that. So yes, it can never be a welfare for me.
Right. So the last thing about the renowned organizations, the campaigns posted by any renowned organizations. Do you believe that besides your primary intentions, uh, whatever the intentions were, you took part in the any of the campaign? Do you believe that renowned organizations like WHO, World Health Organization, will motivate you to continue participation?
Motivations are always very important. Let me just say one thing here. It does not matter it is a renowned organization or it is not a renowned organization. For me, if something makes you motivated, it is important for you. So whether it's a single person, or maybe it's an organization. If you have been motivated by somebody, yes, it will definitely make you to be part of any crowdsourced task for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Huma, for your previous feedback on the factors. Now, the second part of the interview includes that I need some feedback on the factors loading in the application or the case studies that we are doing for my thesis. In part two, we will consider a contest related to ecological monitoring. Ecological monitoring is basically when you are monitoring some natural environments where you as a crowd will participate to plant a tree or sapling around your environment. Okay? So, what would be your initial intentions to take part in such contest?
First of all, thank you very much for making me the part of this project. Um, uh, the previous section was for sure when I gave my feedback was a generic one, but this one is more specific. So I think you must expect something that would be my suggestions also as this part as far as this part is concerned. So, as far as your first question is concerned, that what would be my initial intentions to take part in such a contest? So, definitely, I love nature. I have interest in nature. So, definitely, I would be very happy to be part of this contest, and I am already very happy to be part of this contest, as I already have said.
Thank you. Do you concur if the contest helped you learn about trees and plantations would encourage you to continue participation besides your initial motivation to participate?
Yes, definitely. As far as I am concerned, learning is very important for me, and I think that if there is learning involved in any type of a task, it will definitely be. It will become an attractive one for the one who is participating in it. As far as this specific task is concerned about nature and things, and when I will see that I will have to learn something new, or maybe this can give me some new learnings, definitely it will help me to be more motivated towards participation.
Well, to be honest, on the simpler side, be learning about how to plant a tree, to learn about how to take care of the tree, to care about how you can care for the tree, like against the bugs and everything. This type of learning we're talking about here, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because as a layman, sometimes we don't have that detailed information that if such, because different trees they need different type of attention. Some are, the type of the tree varies. So, and their diseases sometimes they are attacked by the insects or bugs or something like that. So, if we get to learn something new for sure, it would be a motivation to participate.
Thank you, my doctor. Do you believe during a contest, once you become familiar with the task environment, through repeated tasks, you will experience improved autonomy over time and will show an upward trends of contributing willingness?
Yes, for sure. In start, I don't think so that you feel that, but with the passage of time, and you become familiar with the environment and the circumstances. So I think autonomy is a good thing. It is always a good thing to be part of any task. As far as I think about autonomy, I think that autonomy is all about your interest in performing a task, or maybe at any time. For example, if I want to leave the task, so I should have that autonomy to leave it. Or maybe if it is if it is related with the time, so I would have the autonomy to decide what time I want to perform the task.
You want to,
So
basically, you are
yes,
saying you want to delay it.
yeah, so for example, if I want to delay it, I can delay it. So yes, autonomy over time, basically, you get the with the improved experience in any task, you have that, you feel that autonomy.
One more thing, as being a part of researcher, you have worked a lot in crowdsourcing. So you probably have seen papers or gone through some research where the recent trends they are asking the researchers to give autonomy to the to the participants or the crowd, so that they can perform the task at their own time, when they're willing to or when they are free. Do you think it's a way?
Yes, and crowdsourcing, one of the most important factor that we consider in crowdsourcing is that people who feel that we are giving them autonomy in order to, at some extent, in for them to perform tasks as per their convenience, as far as it is not impacting or influencing the overall progress of the project. So they definitely become more motivated, more attentive towards their task, and for sure, as a result, we get a better result. Autonomy is always better, but has to be in limited bounds.
Similarly, thank you, doctor, for that. Do you believe altruism? Because this is plantation, and mostly people, when they think of plantation, they think of doing something altruistically. So, do you think the tree plantation campaign can motivate the crowd to continue participation altruistically?
Uh, yes, as far as this specific tree plantation related tasks are concerned, and I am giving you opinion on that. So for this, yes, for tree plantation campaign or task related to such campaigns, uh, it is possible that maybe people are participating in it, considering this altruism. And because it has this, that we are helping the nature, we are going green, things like that. And um, I I am generally talking about this, as specifically also societies are now more towards that we should have at least one tree planted in order to contribute to this world.
Very
So
nice.
yes, there is, this factor is basically applicable in this type of, in these type of tasks.
Thank you, doctor. Similarly, there's a very important factor which is called enjoyment. If such a contest can make you feel enjoyment, would it encourage you to continue participation besides your initial motivation to participate?
This enjoyment is that factor which is basically very important for anybody to continue its working. I think that for me, if enjoyment exists, then I will definitely be more motivated. I would be definitely taking part in that task. Enjoyment is very important. If there is no enjoyment, you would not have the productive reply or productive work in the end. So I think that this factor has very importance in any type of task. Specifically, if I talk about this, enjoyment is mandatory, I think, for such tasks. Because if you don't enjoy, you don't do your work productively.
Okay, thank you, doctor. And lastly, do you believe that if we can produce graphic content that can captivate you, do you believe that if such type of designed content would motivate a worker to sustain participation?
As far as visual captivation is concerned, and if your graphic and if you are watching a graphic content and it give you that captivation, visual captivation, I think that people will definitely get interested in that task.
Thank you,
This is my opinion.
Thank you, Doctor. Some final thoughts about the campaign. Finally, I would request you to rate the motivation factor shown in the table. These factors they are believed to be important. Which factors do will you consider to be added to the pre-plantation campaign that could sustain the crowd participation? I'll show you the table. This is the table. Can you rank these with your expert review?
Yes, so let's see them one by one. As far as the learning is concerned, I think this factor is very important. I rate it much to a higher level. Can you please guide me? I just rate it high, low, or I just say that this factor should be there or not?
I believe you should consider which factors should be part of the campaign.
Okay, so for this specific campaign, I think learning is very important. This factor is very important. Self expression and self presentation, I think I just rate them as far as this specific campaign is concerned at a lower level as compared to learning. And the main reason behind is that usually you don't while you are performing the task, your emotions, the expressions or the feelings one is having during the task, usually they don't
They can't
you
present
don't
it.
present it. Yes, you don't present it.
Okay.
So as far as the altruism is concerned, I think that this factor is in this specific campaign should be included.
Okay.
Monetary rewards, if you have money, you can reward the people who are part of the campaign. But otherwise, like I think that it totally depends.
And you know, the research at
And
the moment in the crowdsourcing, they are recommending that the crowdsourcing campaign should be run without any monetary rewards. And there are some factors. Tourism is one factor, and learning is another factor, which is actually making it happen, where people are joining the campaigns without any monetary rewards. Do you believe that's the right thing?
yes, but sometimes it happens that people do give monetary rewards also.
Yeah.
Whatever the response I am now giving is based upon my own research that basically is on crowdsourcing. So multiple, you know that people are there, and you have to you have to continue with them for any specific task at least.
Okay. Thank
So
you, Doctor. Next,
yes.
next one, please.
So as for, okay,
Hedonic is an
so
enjoyment.
yeah, yes, as I already said, that enjoyment is a very important part of any task. So I will just rate this factor also high. It should be there. As far as the repetition is concerned, I don't think so that this basically has a very high rank here. So I think that as compared to learning and the enjoyment, this has to be at a
Do you
much
believe
lower
that
level, or
reputation
maybe
has to
not
do something
included.
with the tenure and the time? Because it comes with
Uh,
time.
yes. This is I want to mention here that this basically repetition is usually coming with the tenure based the duration. So I am just concerned that's why I'm saying that how you are going to deal with this tenure here. So because there is no such type of thing in this specific type of a campaign which I am responding to. So I think that considering this fact, I think that this should not be there in this factor should not be included in this specific campaign.
And the next one,
Is recognition. Recognition is also fine. Sometimes people do the task for to be recognized. So I think that that's also fine. It should be there in this list for this specific campaign. As far as the autonomy is concerned, as I already have discussed previously also and responded on this, that autonomy as far as it is related with the convenience and it is related with the interest of performing the task, so it is also another important factor that should be
and the last one is the goal clarity and ease of use.
there. And ease of use, yes, this is also important factor. It has a significance and it should also be there in such type of tasks.
Interface. Interfaces.
Yes, because as far as the usability is concerned, it always comes with the interfaces. So the interfaces should have that ease of use and clarity, so that the participants can easily understand the interfaces and can perform the task.
And the we have some more interface, some more factors. Can you rank them as well?
Okay, so as far as the organization specific factors are concerned, or the environmental specific factors are concerned, I don't think so. We can alter them or we can have some change in them. So I'll continue with these list of factors.
Okay, thank you, doctor. We have another part, another campaign, another case study that we want to load these factors. In part 2B, we will
Okay.
consider a contest related to community socialization, where as a crowd, we will participate to provide you expert opinions related to vehicle maintenance and care. What would be your initial intentions to take part in such a contest?
Okay, so as you are asking this question from a female, so usually female, not all, they don't have that much interest in the vehicles and things related to the vehicles. So definitely, as far as the as I'm a driver myself, so I know how to drive, but I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, the details about the vehicles, the minute details. So for me, definitely, I would be taking interest in this type of contest, because definitely it is going to make me learn a lot new things.
That was our second part, but thank you for that. Do you concur if the contest helped you learn about vehicle maintenance and care? Would it encourage you to continue participation besides your initial motivation to participate?
Yes, as the answer already, I have
Yes.
said that yes, definitely for learning, I would be interested in taking part of such type of
Okay.
campaigns.
Certainly, in such type of campaigns, do you believe autonomy would encourage you to contribute willingly?
Uh, the autonomy is that factor. Basically, I rate it very important for any type of task. Being a participant, it is always very important to have that feeling of autonomy, so that at any stage you can. They don't bound you for the time and for the convenience. You should have that autonomy. So yes, definitely, I would go yes with this autonomy side also for this
Okay,
type of campaigns.
thank you, doctor. Second, fourthly, we'll consider self-presentation, expression, recognition, reputation. Do you believe that in such socializing campaigns, a crowd can be motivated using these type of factors loading?
Uh, as far as self presentation and expression is concerned, I think these factors are not that much important here, because in such you can't show here in such campaigns as personal emotions are the key elements. So I think that these self presentation and expressions, they are lacking here in
Okay.
this type of a campaign.
And the next two one, please.
Recognition is basically very significant here, when people show them, when people they are who are involved, they show their work, they are recognized,
Yeah,
and
social media, you
usually
mean.
they are recognized through the social media platforms.
Right.
So yes, recognition is very significant.
And the
And as far
repetition.
as the reputation is concerned, reputation is usually, as I told before also, it is usually tenure based.
Right.
So I have a
Finding
concern
people
about this,
who
that
have finding people who have already taken part in such a type campaigns is not that easy to find.
yes.
Right. Okay. Thank you, doctor, for that. If the second last part is the enjoyment, and that such contests can make you feel enjoyment. Would that encourage you to continue participation besides your initial intentions to participate?
Yes, yeah, thank you for the question. Yes, I definitely grade enjoyment to a much higher level, because for me, enjoyment is very important. If For me, if enjoyment exists in any task, I will definitely be the part of that task.
And lastly, do you believe if appropriate graphic content that can captivate you to perform a task, would you be instead of your initial whatever your intentional motivations were, would you still take part in it and perform a task?
Yes, for me, visual content is very important, and if that visual content, yeah, or graphic content has that visual captivation, it is always very helpful for me to keep my interest in that task. And usually, it happens that after watching that graphic content that is having that visual captivation, I definitely become interested in that task. So for me, this is also very important.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Some final thoughts on the on such type of case study. Finally, I would request you to rate the motivation factors shown on the table. Uh, do you believe what type of factors would you be able to load in such type of campaign where you are learning about cars and car maintenance and car care?
Okay, so as far as this specific campaign is concerned, I have the same feeling for learning, for enjoyment, for recognition, that is there in the list, and for the definitely for the interfaces or ease of use, which is the last one goal, clarity and ease of use, and autonomy. The response remains the same as I said before. The only thing that I think is I want to mention over here is there are two things that for such type of campaign, I think they should not be there. That is the self presentation and expression. This is one factor, and the
Right.
other one is altruism. I think that. This factor should not be there because such type of campaigns we usually see that altruism aspect is not considered.
Right. And the last two specific type of factors.
Yeah, for them also I think we cannot change them, the organization specific one and the environmental specific one, so we will continue with the same list.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. One more thing. If they do you believe there are any other additional factors that you would consider for the car learning campaigns and to sustain participation?
The After considering all these factors and taking part in this session, yes, I do want to share my final thoughts. I think that I have seen some factors which I namely want to mention over here, like learning, like enjoyment, like recognition, like autonomy, like ease of use, or graphic content. I think these are the one that can commonly occur between these both these type of campaigns which I gave my response to, and I will suggest that please just exclude all such factors that are not common, because I have this thought that there has to be a balance between them. So I think that you should use commonly occurring factors that can occur in any type of such campaign.
So
So this
you
is my final thought and suggestion to you.
that will be helpful during the research analysis. That's what you were asking me.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you, doctor, for your time and feedback.
You're most welcome.
Uh, Take care.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.